Turkey earthquake is country's worst disaster in 84 years. The loss of life from a solid quake in southeastern Turkey, close to the Syrian border, has surpassed 2,300 individuals across the two nations. Turkey's disaster agency expressed in excess of 1,500 individuals passed on there, while it is assessed that 810 individuals kicked the bucket in Syria. Those numbers are yet expected to ascend as rescuers go over heaps of rubble in freezing, cold climate. It is Turkey's most exceedingly awful fiasco in many years, the country's president said. The U.S. Geological Survey said the 7.8 size earthquake struck at 4:17 neighborhood time, 1:17 Greenwich Mean Time, at a profundity of 17.9 kilometers, 11 miles, close to the city of Gaziantep. Seismologists said the primary quake was one of the biggest at any point occur in Turkey. Survivors said it required 2 minutes for the shaking to stop. After 12 hours, a subsequent shake was set off with a magnitude of 7.5, with its focal point in the Elbistan district of Kahramanmaraş region. An official from Turkey's Disaster and Emergency Management Authority said it was not an aftershock and was free from the previous quake. Turkey lies in one of the world's most dynamic earthquake zones. President Recep Tayyip Erdogan said Monday's disaster was the most awful the nation had seen starting around 1939, when the Erzincan earthquake in eastern Turkey killed almost 33,000 individuals. Anyway, in 1999 there was another dangerous quake which killed in excess of 17,000 in Turkey's northwest. One Kahramanmaraş occupant, Melissa Salman, expressed living in a quake zone implied she was accustomed to being shaken. However, Monday's quake was the period we first have at any point experienced any such thing. We thought it was the end of the world, she said. A large number of individuals have been harmed, with no less than 5,385 individuals hurt in Turkey and 2,000 in Syria. A large number of the casualties are in war-torn northern Syria, where a great many evacuees live in camps on the two sides of the Syria-Turkey border. There have been many fatalities announced in rebel-held regions. Large number of structures have fallen, and a few recordings show the second they fell, as spectators frantically made tracks. Numerous structures that were 4 or 5 stories high are presently flattened, roads have been annihilated and there are gigantic heaps of rubble, as may be obvious. Among the structures obliterated was Gaziantep Castle, a historical landmark that had been there for over 2,000 years. Furthermore, a shopping center in the city of Diyarbakir collapsed, a BBC Turkish reporter there revealed. Turkey's energy infrastructure has been damaged, and videos have arisen showing enormous flames in southern Turkey. Social media users asserted they were brought about by damage to the gas pipelines. Turkey's energy minister Fatih Dönmez affirmed there had been serious damage to the infrastructure, however didn't make reference to the blasts. The Turkish Red Crescent has called for residents to make blood donations, and the association's leader, Kerem Kinik, said on Twitter that extra blood and clinical items were being shipped off the affected area. Following a worldwide interest for help, Turkey's President Erdogan said 45 nations had offered help. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres has called for a global reaction to the emergency, saying that a large number of the families hit by the disaster were, at that point, needing helpful aid in regions where access is a challenge. The European Union is sending search and rescue groups to Turkey, while rescuers from the Netherlands and Romania are already coming. The UK has said it will send 76 experts, equipment and rescue dogs. France, Germany, Israel, and the US have likewise promised to help. Russian President Vladimir Putin has offered assistance to both Turkey and Syria, as has Iran. Turkey's Interior Minister, Süleyman Soylu, said 10 urban communities were affected by the initial shake, including Hatay, Osmaniye, Adıyaman, Malatya, Şanlıurfa, Adana, Diyarbakir and Kilis. School has been suspended in those urban communities for essentially 7 days. A volunteer with the White Helmets Rescue Group, which works in rebel-controlled areas of northwestern Syria, dropped tears as he depicted the decimation in Sarmada, close to the border with Turkey. Numerous structures in various cities and towns in northwestern Syria fell, he told the BBC. Still now, numerous families are under the rubble. We are attempting to save them, yet it's an extremely hard undertaking for us. We really want assistance. We really want the international community to follow through with something, to help us. Northwestern Syria is presently a war zone. We want assistance from everybody to save our kin, he added. Hours after the main quake, a baby was pulled from the rubble in Azaz, Syria, grimy and bloodied, however alive. Video shows rescuers racing to get her out of the cold. The earthquake was powerfully strong to be felt as distant as Cyprus, Lebanon and Israel. I was composing something and only out of nowhere the whole structure began shaking, and yes, I didn't actually have any idea what to feel, Mohammed El Kama, a student in the Lebanese capital, Beirut, told the BBC. I was right close to the window, so I was terrified that they could break. It happened for 4-5 minutes and it was quite awful. It was astonishing, he said. Thank you for watching and listening to the end of this video. Please, if you love our videos, click the like button, give us a thumb up, subscribe, share and drop a comment, as we give you updates news of what is happening around the world.